Hey, what's up? This is Paul Solt from Super Easy Apps, and I wanted to let you know about a special discount for Sean Allen's course. So this is a limited time offer. Sean's offering 30% off all of his courses on his website at seanallen.teachable.com. So if you want to get started with Swift UI, Swift widgets, just learning the basics, he's got a bunch of courses. Some of the content is free, and then some of it is paid. So you can sort of get a taste for his teaching style, which I really enjoy. And so this is his new portfolio project course that is on sale for $89. If you want to get access to it, it's going to be $89 until he finishes the course. And it looks like he's targeting around June 3rd to finish out some of the content. So over the next month, he'll be adding new course content. So let's take a look at it. You can read more if you just dive down to the link that is down below. You can watch some of the videos. And I'm just going to take you on a little tour of what it's going to cover. It's just HealthKit, Git, GitHub, Swift charts. The video quality is excellent. So if you want to learn Swift, Sean is really good at breaking down the hard components and putting it into little modules that you can understand. He's got intro video, which we can take a look at. And then down here, we can see the course. So if you want, there's this whole section, the getting started section is all free to get started. So you'll learn about source control and some different topics for what you'll be learning in the course. And then what I wanted to show you is I bought the course, bought a number of Sean's courses. They're great to jump into. I'm going to just show you what that looks like behind the scenes. So this is the course intro page. And why don't we just start with the intro and I'll let Sean explain it.
In this course, you're going to build a project for your portfolio in SwiftUI. We integrate with HealthKit to pull in some statistics to display in nicely designed, interactive Swift charts. Looks simple enough, right? But as you know when building apps, most of the work is under the surface. And here's a rapid-fire list of what we're going to cover in this course. Like I said, we'll integrate with HealthKit and talk about permission priming, interactive Swift charts with animations,
Ooh, that's
reading
nice.
and writing data to HealthKit. We'll do source control with GitHub throughout the course, and we'll go through an example of a nice GitHub README so you can showcase your work in the best way. We'll also work with dates,
Pictures are
number
really good
formatting,
for readmes.
error handling, empty states, basic unit tests, basic accessibility. Like check this out.
So he's using audio to play what the weight is.
And then we'll document our code using docc so it's easy to understand for anyone viewing the code base. Look, in our industry, it's all about show me, don't tell me. So in my opinion, having a portfolio to showcase your work is a huge advantage against someone that is just submitting, black text on a white paper resume, especially when it comes to small startups, contracting, mid-sized companies, which is typically how your career gets started in iOS development. So the idea for this project that we'll build is to give you an example of a portfolio piece so you can replicate that concept. Maybe you build a Maps app with location, or a camera app with filters, CloudKit, or maybe even ARKit. I believe having a bunch of small projects that demonstrate a wide variety of skills and show that you can pick up new Apple frameworks, because we do that a lot in our job, is a huge advantage to have in this tough job market of 2024 as an iOS developer. And when it comes to this project, I do recommend that you make it your own. Of course, the first time through, follow me, build what we're going to build. But after that, go back through it. Maybe choose some different HealthKit data that you want to display. Maybe change up the chart type. Spruce up the design a bit, etc. Just really make it your own. Not only will you learn more doing that, but it's also in your best interest because over the next couple years, a few thousand people are probably going to take this course. And, there's a chance that someone's hiring out there and they're looking at a couple portfolios. And if you just upload my version of the final project, that's going to show up in two different people's portfolios. It's just not a good look. So don't do that. Make it your own. It's in your best interest. We touch on a lot of topics in this course. Again, unit testing, HealthKit, Swift charts, etc. It is not a deep dive into each one of those topics because they could be courses in and of themselves. So don't buy this course if you're going to expect to be an expert in unit testing, know everything there is to know about HealthKit. Remember, it is a portfolio project, so we only go so deep. And lastly, we use the latest and greatest SwiftUI APIs as of iOS 17. And that's because iOS 18 is right around the corner, and I want to future-proof this course so it stays relevant for years to come. And yes, this course will be updated over the years, starting with iOS 18 in the fall of 2024. So I hope you enjoy this HealthKit Swift Charts portfolio project. I had a blast building it.
Looks like Sean's getting some steps.
Into a pull request.
All right, so it'll autoplay the next video that'll talk about who it's for. So this does assume some base level of knowledge, but he's got other courses. So if you're interested in some of his other courses,
let's quickly run through the functionality of the app.
Get started. And then the other thing, you can't see it. Bring it back over here. So if you go to enroll now, he has another option. If you follow him on YouTube, there is, I don't know if I'll see it here, right here, this access to all updated source code. So if you want access to all of the source code from his YouTube tutorials so that you don't have to type everything in or you have a starting project, that's a really good thing. So that's another $35 on top of this. So I think that's a great deal if you want to get into iOS development. Just looking at the course, we've got a bunch of stuff on GitHub and just getting started with that.
The first thing we need to set up our project on GitHub is...
So we can just sort of see how to get started with making the project and doing feature branching, which is really good. Understanding pull requests and like making really good pull requests, I think is really important. I'm a big fan of being verbose and clear in the pull requests. So like separating out your different commits, which is he's doing right here, and then adding descriptions. I don't know if his goes into that, but I'm a big fan of descriptions and photos. So if he doesn't cover that, that's definitely something that I would recommend that you do when you're doing your pull request, because if you can show the feature that you're working on for iOS, especially if it's visual, show what it looks like on iPad, show what it looks like on iPhone. I think that's a really big thing. Then we got a whole thing on HealthKit, so a bunch of tutorials on how to get into that, some mock data. So it looks like maybe not all of the step counts were totally accurate or real, but that's fine. You've got to work with mock data before you work with real data. So I think that's really cool. And then a whole section on charts and animations. Now this stuff is really, really interesting to play around with. So the fact that we have access to all of this, and this is, I think, iOS 16 and above, and I'm not sure what new features are in iOS 17 regarding charts, but that's a super exciting thing to take a look at so that you can get into that. And then we've got the weight chart, and I think somewhere in here there's some accessibility. I don't know if that's lower in the course. So this is all future stuff. So right now, today is what? May 2nd. You've got up through charts and HealthKit and basic app structure and getting started with source control. So that's a lot of different topics that you can start with. And then each week, I think we've got 513 a content drop and 520 a content drop, and then 6.3 a content drop. So there's a bunch of content drops. That's great. So if you want to get into this course now for a discount, it's just $89. I think it's a really good deal. Really appreciate Sean's YouTube videos as well as his courses. I've learned things even being an experienced developer, so it's nice to get his take on these different things. And I think you'll really like the course. So check it out. This is on his website. Let's see. Should be SeanAllen.teachable.com. And then you can get a bunch of his courses for a discount that's ending today. So if you want to do that, you can get access to his other paid course. He does have a few free courses. So if you want to just start out with his free courses, I think that's also a great thing. He's got a widget kit course. He's got a DubDubGrub, which is SwiftUI, MapKit, and CloudKit. That's been updated for iOS 17. And then there's a SwiftUI fundamentals for iOS 16, which is totally free. So like if you want to get started with Sean's courses, he's got options for you if you're ready to sort of dive into doing something a little bit more in depth and working on your portfolio piece. I think his new portfolio piece course is a great start for working with SwiftUI, working with HealthKit, working with some mock data, as well as charts. All right, so thanks for watching. I hope that you found this useful, and go check out his course. The link is down below. I'll see you in the next video.